Hey, what's going on, Prophetic Weekly? Happy Father's Day. Wearing my Dad Life cap. Super excited about all that God is doing. We just got done with a powerful service here at Roar Church, Texarkana. What does Roar stand for? Revival, Outpouring, Awakening, and Reformation. I want to jump in to this word real quick. It's going to be good. I've got a lot of good prophetic words. The prophetic was stirring this week. There's a lot of powerful voices that have released some very good words. And just like always, you just see how the words start coming together. The first word we're going to start off with is by my good friend, Agnes Ebony. And this word was powerful. The wind of change is here. I don't know about you, but the last 7 days of my life, there has been some things that have happened that have radically changed things. My wife and I are currently building a house, and over the last 2 weeks, just the prices all of a sudden just dropped in 2 weeks. That is a wind of change. Some things in some of our businesses. We have one business that in the last 4 weeks, this business has increased financially 800%. Wow. Just the winds of change. So that's why that word got me. And it said, I had a vision of a whirlwind, and I heard the Spirit of God say that all across the earth, the wind of change is here. And that's a powerful word. But I want you to look back over the last 2-3 weeks of your life and see, has any radical thing happened? And also, even today at church, my wife released a word about rapid breakthrough. And man, we started praying, and about half our church came to the altar in response to that word. Service was almost over. We just went off deeper in the prophetic, and man, that just radically just started breaking some things open. Next word is by Doug Addison. It's a word for June. He said the month of June will start spiritual promotions, and people are coming out of a long, dry wilderness time. There is going to be a release of the Lord's power to encounter Him in new and exciting ways. That word is on point. Hit the mark. That word is so true. In the month of June, I've had so many powerful breakthroughs in ministry. And so when you read a word like that, you're like, wow, God, this is confirmation. And what is exciting about this word is my wife and I have had just radical breakthrough in our ministry and in some of our businesses. So that's a general word for a lot of people. So I know there's a lot of other people going through this. And so I'm super excited about that, to see people win. I'm one of those people, I love to watch other people win in life. The next word is by Nate Johnson. It said there is finally a close and closure coming to areas and situations that have been lingering and looming over your head for too long. Many have been wrestling with this stage and phase of the process because the enemy has wanted to make you fold, wanted you to give up, kept trying to put shame, guilt, failure on you. But the Lord is not having any of that, because that is not your portion. Over the past, I'm going to say 3 weeks on Prophetic Weekly, I've shared similar words like that over a lot of people. And there's so many people, even like today, a few people came to the altar that were just like, man, I'm tired, I'm weary, I've been staying in the fight, but man, when is this going to break? Breakthrough's here. That season is coming to an end. The next word is by my covenant brother, Apostle Ryan Lestrange. He said, I see an awakening. I see a generation awakening that has been mantled to carry the burden of the Lord with great exploits of heaven. And it's like a time, he says like a frame being built. And this is a time framed by God of a generation that's going to carry out great exploits of heaven. Well, that goes with Matthew 6:10. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that's good. And then he goes on to say there's a rising of the wild ones who will run in the fields of harvest with no fear of man. And they're going to preach the kingdom. And they're going to see signs, wonders, and miracles. Another thing Apostle Ryan kept saying, he says the building prophets who will climb to the tower of prayer to see what the Lord is doing and saying. And what's so powerful about that, there's a lot of prophets that are going to start building. Some people say that there's like apostles who are going to start really prophesying more. And that's kind of what I am. I'm an apostle, but I prophesy a whole lot. In fact, I was recently in a church and I prophesied for like 4 hours straight over people. Then there's a lot of prophets in this hour who are going to start building with that apostolic. It's kind of a lot like two gift mixes coming together, and you're going to see that a lot in the future. The next word is by Lena Vazzer. She said, I heard the Lord say, your obedience to my way is catapulting you into greater days. That's cool, because a few weeks ago, another person had that word catapulting. And I had a very well-known prophet, I don't know his name, called me and said, Joe, I see you in a catapult stage, that God is elevating you in life, ministry, business, and everything you're doing, like catapulting, like the rubber band is turning white because it's getting stretched so far, but God's about to launch you. So that word is not a word you hear every day, so that really caught my eye. And Lana went on to say, I felt that the Lord's heart very strongly towards this for people who are going to step out into uncharted territories, stepping out to what would seem to be against the grain. And this is truly a place in following in the footsteps of Jesus into where he is leading. And there is a lot of leaving behind about to happen. A lot of people may not like that word, but get over it. And I just want to say, my whole life I've gone against the grain. On my whole life, I've had to live outside of comfort zones, and I've had to leave people, had to leave relationships. I had to leave a lot of things behind in the last season, because when God elevates you, if people will not allow their mindset to be elevated to the realm of the Spirit, and they want to stay naturally grounded, you can't go and take them. I know you don't like that, but that's part of it. And she said, I was overcome by the heart of the Lord for these ones who have spoken. Your obedience to my way is catapulting into your greatest day. The cost is going to be big. It's going to let you know. The cost is going to be big, and the step is going to be huge. So get ready for realignments. There's a lot of realignments that's going to stir up some fear in your heart, but you're going to be okay. Step in the direction of the Lord. And the last thing I'm going to read on this powerful word from Atlanta Vazzer was, she says, the Lord is looking, for those who are going to be like, God, I'm all the way in on what you have. 100% all the way in. As my kids would say, full sin. All right, the next word is our last word. It is by Lorelei Cooley. And she said that there's a turning point happening this week as many continue to cross over. What did I just read from Lana Vazzer? These words are just coming together so perfectly. But this is a crossing over season. A turning point is shifting things into such incredible alignment. Now, it's another time we've heard the word alignment today. And she says that there's a new season that is just ahead of you, and it's going to come quick. Preparation has already been happening right now, and there is an acceleration, and you are entering into a birthing season. Now, if you have children, as soon as the baby has been delivered, you got a baby on your hands, okay? Same thing with the promise from God. And so what you got to understand is, everybody's saying that you got to be all in. Things are coming quick. There is an acceleration. Your old season is coming to an end. Agnes Ebony said that winter change is here. Doug Addison said June is a great month of promotion. Nate Johnson said your old season is coming to closure. Ryan Lestrange said he sees just an awakening in the generation of people who are going to operate with no fear. They're going to preach the kingdom, and people are going to build what they see in the Spirit. I love that. Build what you see in the Spirit. And so Lana Vazzer's word was that you're going to be catapulted into greater days. And Lorelei Cooley said that this is a time you're going to cross over, and you are going to be aligned with God in your new season. Powerful words right there. That's encouraging right there. Hope everybody's having a great day. And I just want to speak life and blessings over every one of you, and go after everything God has put in your heart.